Hello YouTube, Alpha White Wolf bringing you some more Death Battle reactions. So I've been a little bit out of it when it comes to doing things like recording. A lot of nonsense going on at work. It's basically been leaving me with almost no time at all to relax and unwind at the end of each day. But I'm going to try and get at least a few Death Battle reactions done tonight and see about getting them uploaded. So I'm still having an issue with a worldwide block on my Sonic versus the Flash video. I will be looking into putting that on Instagram because by the look of it, Instagram allows you to actually put some decently linked videos on there. So I'll probably try that. Yeah. Hopefully the Death Battle reactions I record now won't get outright blocked. So, this one is the 7 Battle Royale from The Boys. Okay, so I haven't actually watched The Boys, but I have watched a lot of videos on YouTube that really go into the lore and stories of these characters. And I know a lot of the really big, noteworthy plot points in both the comics, but not so much in the TV show because that's not really where the videos I was watching were focused on. So I know about Homelander, I know about the 7 and how they're basically like this parody of the Justice League from the DC universe, but pretty much all of them are complete assholes. So I know about that. I would say that in a Battle Royale, if Black Noir is involved, then Black Noir is probably going to be the guy who is going to take the victory. And if you know who Black Noir is exactly, you know why I'm saying this. But by the look of it, they have the actual Battle Royale and then a breakdown. It's only 7. Why am I this tired? But yeah. There is a Battle Royale and a breakdown. I'm planning on combining the two, just going straight into that one after this one. But the usual disclaimers. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay up to date with our uploads. If you like the video, indicate so down below. And if you have suggestions for future videos, drop in the comments. In the description will be a link to Gaming Glatorius' Twitter page. Head over there and follow us on that. I'm a little bit more quiet there, typically for the same reason I'm a little more quiet on YouTube during the weekends. So much nonsense going on, and I just do not have the time or energy afterwards to do this kind of stuff. Also in the description will be a link to the original videos. Screw Attack has always delivered some interesting stuff, sometimes controversial, but certainly interesting. With all that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Videos a go in 3, 2, 1, and play.
This episode of Death Battle is made possible by the Amazon original series, The Boys, only on Prime Video.
Hello, and thank you for joining us in this program. Brought to you in part by Vought Industries, the same Vought family where the 7 call home.
And we're joined by one of those famous superheroes, Black Noir. Okay, you know these guys have an Amazon original series, The Boys, only on Prime Video.
These heroes are formidable, but today we will learn just how powerful they truly are.
In a simulated battle royale, he's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a Death Battle. Okay, so if Black Noir is helping spectate, then
translucent, starlight.
Then I'm gonna have to go with Homelander.
Earth's most mighty, champions of the innocent. They are the 7.
It's their job to end crime in America and watch over the world.
Led by this country's righteous savior, Homelander. Now, we already know he's far more powerful than the others, so his participation in today's simulated battle will be a bit different.
He can survive every known weapon on the planet, and most nukes these days reach 1.5 megatons of TNT. He can fly faster than an F-16 fighting Falcon and throw a baseball into orbit. But he doesn't really need to do much when his laser vision can slice up a whole room of villains in seconds.
Some might say that's lazy, but I call it efficient. Also,
Fair
he
point.
always makes time for selfies with the fans. That's a real American hero.
Who's the real hero?
But our friends at VOT control over 200 other superheroes, so you can bet your dick the rest of the 7 are the cream of the crop.
And you obviously can't put a team like this together without some massive corporate conglomerate making all the decisions.
I know, right? I'm kinda jealous. They're raking it in with movies, and have you seen the action figures? There's more than one way they're making a killing, if you know what I mean. But I'm sure the real reward is all those people you save, right? Mar?
There's no better example of heroics than Queen Maeve, a longtime veteran of the team.
She's super strong and an expert fighter. She can power through a ton of pain, like when all the bones in her arms shattered while saving a school bus full of kids. She's bulletproof, armored van-proof, and ego-proof.
With the biggest heart on the team, she'll never leave an innocent person behind.
Of course, Black Noir here is the true martial arts expert of the team.
Don't pass by his upcoming film, Insurrection.
And don't pass by A-Train, because you can't. You literally can't pass him, he's way faster than you.
With a top recorded speed of 371 meters per second, well over the speed of sound, A-Train is fast enough to instantly kill a person just by running into them. Theoretically, of course.
Too bad he's had a hard time with drug abuse. That compound V stuff might boost his speed, but I don't know if a heart attack is worth it. Jesus! You gonna clean that up?
And then there's the Deep. He can talk to fish, breathe underwater, and that's it. He may have sexually assaulted the new hire when she arrived, but like a true hero, he apologized publicly instead of to her, absolutely meant what he said, naturally changed his ways overnight, and was shipped off to Ohio. And hasn't been seen since.
Man, he sucks!
Yeah, he does.
Last but not least is Starlight, the youngest member of the team, and maybe the girl you know next door. She's so relatable.
Starlight is quite literally a new light amongst the hardened, experienced veterans of the Seven. By absorbing electricity from nearby sources, she can emit beams of light-emitting plasma. Look too closely, and you might be blinded by her brilliance.
She's skilled in Taekwondo, and like most of the supes, except the douche over there, she's super tough, like when she took 2 straight shots to the chest from a Serbu BFG-50 rifle, and got right back up. And you can pick yourself up too with Wish Skincare by Starlight. Wait, what did I just read?
Unfortunately, this rookie's early days with the Seven weren't the kindest, as she found herself among a bad crowd. The same people who murdered her shining teammate, Translucent.
Billy Butcher, Mother's Milk, Kimiko, Hugh Campbell, and this guy who's not yet been identified, but we're pretty sure he's French.
Imagine men on the run, wanted across the world, their faces memorized by every officer in every precinct. But most importantly, hunted by the Seven themselves. These criminals aren't men, they're boys. And girl. And a girl. They're inclusive.
They aren't special, they're nobodies, like Huey. He's a normal, everyday salesman at some dinky electronics store who just took a collateral incident a bit too personally. So what if a soup splattered your girlfriend all across the pavement? But's lawyers let us know he's not legally responsible.
Now, just to prove there's no bias on our part, Mother's Milk is a family man, Frenchie is a victim of abuse looking after others, and Kimiko is a refugee hiding from terrorists.
And yet, these slums decided to assault our country's finest. I mean, the superheroes. All thanks to their leader, the diabolical Billy Butcher. He's a violent lunatic, and he's not even a real American.
What's with the accent? What's with yours?
That must be why he hates Homelander so much. I mean, it's not like Homelander is the bad guy. He's a perfect Boy Scout who grew up playing catch with his father like a normal, totally sane person. He couldn't actually be the villain here, unless everyone is lying. That's ridiculous. Please don't kill me.
The boys have made it their mission to figure out the best way to kill every soup in town. Got a starlight problem? EMP nearby electronics? Is A-Train coming at you? Stick him with some epinephrine. Got an invisible man stalking you who also has indestructible skin? Jam some C4 up his butt.
S-bomb.
Translucent's powers were fascinating. While unclothed, his outer skin could turn invisible and unbreakable.
Until the S-bomb. But now that they have an open seat, I hear Vought's got eyes on a new addition to the Seven.
Makes sense. They can't exactly go around calling themselves the Six, right? That's actually a musical. I don't think they can trademark that.
And now that the Seven are joining our heroes in camo, I'm sure they'll take care of Butcher and the boys sooner than later.
To see how they handle such a rogue firsthand, we will be including Billy Butcher in today's Battle Royale. For however long he survives.
So let's get to the fight simulation already.
Okay.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the.
I'm actually now looking forward to the
possibilities
breakdown.
and corporate guidelines.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, so if Black Noir is there, then I'm going to go with Homelander.
And here they are, entering the arena, the Seven and other.
These apartment blocks were sanctioned for the event. Of course, the residents have been removed from their homes and fairly compensated.
And there's Homelander floating above. Like
Yeah, I think Homelander is going to be
Have
winning this.
description. Homelander will act as referee just in case anyone goes too far. Even with this being a simulation, we wouldn't want anything severe to happen.
Fight!
All right, supercuts. Who's first?
Isn't it obvious, asshole? You! There's no way us, the Seven, the heroes, are gonna let you walk away.
I think I swallowed a gill.
Okay.
Not even a threat. I've got this.
I think she's got some issues with you. Or just everyone.
Oh, screw this rubbish. Sorry about that. Fancy another?
Oh my god!
Uh-oh, I thought this place was evacuated.
Oh no, we should probably call this off. Oh, well, you know what they say, show must go on.
Big mistake.
Ah, shit! Shit! Can't see! You're dead! Stop it!
Ugh.
Disgusting.
I'll show you disgusting.
Will you quit announcing yourself? And what is with the baby?
Fuck you.
Come on, come on.
You're no Wonder Woman.
Bollockle.
Wow, what an upset.
In a surprising turn of events, the winner is...
All right,
I'm not even surprised anymore.
everything's fine. After all, I am the only hero America needs.
What? Can he do that? Black Noir. Wait, where'd Noir go? What's going on? And where's that cheering coming from?
Well, thinking about it, even in a simulation, Queen Maeve or Butcher winning does make sense. You can learn more about it in our analysis video. But I guess it doesn't really matter when you have a pompous, narcissistic asshole like Homelander. The winner is Homelander. He's great, just great.
I have more limbs than you now. Don't worry, buddy. I'll lend you a hand.
If you want to shine like the sun.
Hey! Nice flex. How about a second round?
I love a good sequel.
How and why each character won or lost, we have another video that dives into the scientific analysis.
Yeah, that's the one I want to
The
see.
Amazon original series, The Boys, only on Prime Video.
Alright, is there anything else? I don't really have to do anything. The playlist is going to auto-play the next one anyway.
Do not forget to watch the Amazon original series, The Boys, only on Prime Video. This episode of Death Battle is made possible by the Amazon
Right into the
original
next
series,
one.
The Boys,
So
only
lovely.
on Prime Video.
Alright, so now let's get to the important video of the two.
You ever wondered who would win in a battle royale between your favorite superhero team? What about the 7 from the Amazon original series, The Boys, only on Prime Video?
It's a surprisingly close fight. Most of the 7 are fairly on par with one another. Well, except for the psychotic Ubermensch Homelander, who can fly faster than F-16s, toss baseballs into orbit, and was stated to survive every weapon in the world, quite possibly including nuclear bombs.
Yeah, old red, white, and blue balls had no business fighting his teammates.
But aside from him, even with their differing powers and skills, none of them had an obvious edge.
And that made this fight a tough beer to crack. Well, except for the aquatic asshole, the Deep. I'd say his abilities to talk to fish and breathe under the sea were useless out of the water. But they
Yeah.
were just as useless in the water, too.
And unlike his teammates, the Deep never really displayed any notable feats of strength or skill. In fact, he was kind of a dork.
To be fair, he said he could survive 2 miles under the ocean. That's some insane water pressure.
The pressure at sea level is about 14.6 pounds per square inch, or 1 atmosphere. That's literally the pressure of air around you right now, unless you're on a mountain or something. This pressure increases by 1 atmosphere for every 10 meters you descend. So after 10 meters it doubles, and after another it triples, and so on.
And despite my lifelong crusade against the evils of math and the vampire god it's named after, even I can tell the Deep's body had to withstand about 4,700 pounds per square inch.
That's
Pretty durable.
stick, but still about 10 times less than the pressure from your average bullet.
But you know who definitely was bulletproof? The all-American new girl on the block, Starlight. She tanked a couple rounds from a Cerebro BFG 50A sniper rifle to the chest like nobody's business.
Starlight's impressive durability, training, and flexible energy attacks made her well-rounded. But even with the strength to lift the back end of a car, she lacked the power to compete with the rest of the cast.
Yeah, aside from blinding people, her energy blasts aren't all that crazy. They're definitely lethal to regular humans, but not necessarily other suits.
Despite the way they look, they are more than likely plasma beams that emit light rather than being pure light themselves. Otherwise, they'd normally be invisible.
And they were snails compared to the superstar speedster and pro-girlfriend murderer A-Train, who once went all out and ran a race at 371 meters a second. That's just over the speed of sound.
So even if those beams were light speed, dodging them would be an enormous outlier.
Since A-Train beat Starlight pretty easy in their mano-y-womono fight, it's a safe bet the same would happen here. Or worse, like the time he turned Robin into a literal smear on the road. Again with the girlfriend murdering.
The energy to violently fragment a human body like Robin's is about 7.5 joules per cubic centimeter. Based on Robin's actress's height of 5'6", she would have an estimated 58,000 cubic centimeter volume.
That'd make A-Train's instant girlfriend murder attack worth 440,000 joules. No wonder he can pull 4 train cars behind him. Though, to be fair, that kind of attack required him to get up to top speeds and use his whole body, which isn't how he usually fights.
His effectiveness depends on the location, and he's surprisingly not very versatile. Despite his speed, he's left himself wide open for sneak attacks in the past.
so he wouldn't last long against somebody who's more skilled and could no-sell his supersonic body slam.
That's where the warrior woman Queen Maeve comes in. Based
Yeah.
on her experience in martial artistry, she's clearly the most skilled combatant in the arena and by far the most durable.
Remember the time she stopped an armored truck with her body? Those kinds of vehicles can weigh over 11,000 kilograms and move at 75 miles per hour.
That's a kinetic energy of 6.4 million joules, over 10 times greater than A-Train's strongest attack.
And she didn't just survive it, she didn't even feel it. She cut through it like a hot knife through butter just by standing there. At her best, A-Train wouldn't be able to move her, let alone hurt her.
So out of the Deep, Starlight, and A-Train, Queen Maeve was clearly the winner.
But that's where the Cockney Super Slayer himself, Billy motherfucking Butcher, came in.
Obviously, Butcher would never win normally, but he was helped by his soup research, tenacity, and a laser baby. Which is totally cheating, but this is Butcher, so of course he would.
A big
Yeah.
factor that helped him not get immediately stomped by the tougher soups like A-Train or Maeve was that, kinda ironically, he was just an ordinary human.
That's right, he had to be prioritized last, lest they leave themselves open to someone more obviously threatening.
That makes sense.
Butcher time to put his soup-killing smarts to the test and strategize, like in his fight with Translucent in Season 1.
And while most of his arsenal wouldn't be too threatening, he has access to weapons through his contacts designed to take on some of the Seven.
But let's be real, the big one here was the laser baby. That was an insta-win against everybody, even Maeve.
The baby's I-beams are plasma, which is absurdly hot ionized gas. Plasma has an energy density of 10 billion joules per cubic meter. By measuring the volume of the baby's beams, they'd have to be emitting over 14 billion joules per attack.
That's over 2,000 times more powerful than that truck Maeve stuff. That queen got slayed.
Really, the only concern Butcher had was A-Train blitzing him and stealing the baby before he could even use it.
But since A-Train didn't know jack about it, there's no way he'd have gone for it before getting diced. Especially since Butcher played it smart and kept his trump card hidden as long as possible.
Yeah.
Of the Seven, minus Homelander, Maeve proved herself to be the strongest, toughest, and the most skilled, making her victory in a battle royale all but assured.
Until Butcher showed up with a laser baby. Then he butchered the competition.
I feel like that one was too easy.
Star lighten up, Wiz. Maybe it was, but I've A-trained in the art of the pun. I figured a joke any more deep might not have home-landed.
The winner is Billy Butcher.
They really need to put him on limit.
Until Homelander brutally murdered him.
And
Yes.
with that, our contract with the pod is over. Kiss my ass, you corporate yuppie freaks.
I can't believe they were gonna out us for... or all those poor...
Yeah, that last one was definitely a war crime. Wait, are we still recording?
Oh, turn it off! Thank you for watching. This battle was ridiculously fun to put together, and that's in large part thanks to Amazon Prime Video not only sponsoring it, but trusting us to do what we do best and then some. Plus, I've been recommending The Boys to people since way before now, so this works out great. Check out The Boys Season 2, out now on Prime Video.
Okay, so as that little title card informed you, my camera's SD card decided to not properly record or mess up the ending of the reaction. But the thing is, after the actual verdict was reached, there wasn't really much to talk about. The puns were pretty funny, but that's just because I kind of like the Boomsticks puns. Most of the ending is just going to be talking about some developments for the channel in the near future. So basically, I'm still working on putting together the Doom Eternal footage. I finished playing the campaign and I loved the final boss. It was amazing. It was tricky and I was really happy that I dedicated myself to gathering up as many of the extra lives as I could. It was a lifesaver. So I'm going to be finishing up editing footage there, consolidating it into actual missions that can be uploaded to YouTube. I'm currently working on playing and recording the Old Gods Part 1. I'm also working on putting together the recording for the Dungeons and Dragons session that I ran last week. The thing is that D&D sessions can usually last hours before you really know it, and that one lasted over 3.5. So even with that though, there was a brief bit where my camera's battery died, so there will be kind of like a pause in the middle. But I will say this. I am intending to edit that up, put it on the channel, and see how people feel about that. But I'll also be doing things, other D&D related things, because I am kind of inspired as a DM to try and spread this hobby to more people. For starters, hold on a second. What the hell? Okay, one moment. Alright, so basically I'm going to be trying to do some videos talking about classes, videos talking about races, and videos talking about how to pick a good class for the race, either for really capitalizing on those bonuses or just making a really big joke character. I mean, I think one of the examples I was giving was like a high elf barbarian. That would be hysterical to me. And I really want you to get to picture that in your mind. And you'll probably be able to understand why it is kind of funny. But yeah, I will be planning on doing some D&D videos, but there's also a bunch of other stuff, including the text-to-speech videos that I still need to do. I still need to do the Draco podcast reaction, then episode 28, episode 29, a whole bunch of other stuff related to TTS that has been recommended. And then I also still have to work on the other DeathBattle reactions. So, god dang, it sucks not having as much time in the weekday as I used to have. But, regardless, this has been Alpha White Wolf. I'm signing off. You keep howling, Wolfpack.